In this video, we will cover the Adjustment Defaults section of the survey settings. The Adjustment Defaults section of the survey settings is used to control traverse adjustments and to apply combined scale factors to the survey data. The first setting is the adjustment type. This setting is used to specify the default adjustment type that is most commonly used during survey processing. There are 4 adjustment types available to select: least square, compass, rule, crandall, and transit. If you are using other software to compute the traverse adjustments, it is not necessary to change this setting. Applying adjustments during survey processing is optional. The next setting is the combined scale factor option. This option lets you pick a method for applying and/or computing combined scale factors. The combined scale factor is the product of multiplying the grid scale factor and the elevation factor. These two scale factors correct the combined linear distortions caused by the curvature of the Earth and the ground height of the measured distance above the ellipsoid surface with respect to the projection surface. The first option is Do Not Use. Choosing this option will result in no scale factors being applied to the survey. The next option is Compute Global using control points. This option computes the combined scale factor based on all control points in the survey. The scale factor is applied to all setups in the survey. The same scale factor is applied to all setups in the survey. To demonstrate this, here is a survey that has 4 setups and a traverse. 2 of those setups are control points. Let's go ahead and change our adjustments by clicking on the adjustment, and then we can change the combined scale factor option to compute global using control points. This will reprocess the survey and compute the global scale factor based on the control points. We can check the results of our scale factors by creating a report. If you right-click on the adjustments, then we can click the tolerance report. In here, we can see that it has computed the global factor, and it is the same global factor used for each setup. The next option is Compute Each Setup. This option computes the combined scale factor global based on all setups in the survey. The scale factor is applied to all setups in the survey, and the scale factor will vary for each setup. To demonstrate this, let's take the same survey we were just working on, and let's change its combined scale factor option to Compute Each Setup. This will reprocess the survey and compute a global scale factor for each setup. To check this, we will right-click on Adjustment here and look at the tolerance report. In this report, we can see that it has computed a global scale factor for each setup, and the setup's scale factor is going to be different for each station. In here, this station is actually the same as the first one, so they do match. The next option is Use Global Combined Scale Factor. This option applies a global combined scale factor based on the user-defined value entered in the combined scale factor global field. The same scale factor will be applied to all setups in the survey. So simply change this to Use Global Combined Scale Factor and then enter a value in this field here that you want to use on every setup. So we'll type in here 1.055, and that will be used for every setup. To demonstrate this, here's the same survey we've been looking at, and now our combined scale factor option here is set to Use Global Combined Scale Factor, and that user-defined key in for the combined scale factor global is also going to be 1.055, which is going to be keyed in by the user. To see this in action as far as what the results are, we're going to right click on adjustment and look at the tolerance report again. And in the tolerance report, we can see that the scale factor of 1.0055 was used for all the setups. The last option is Use Setup Combined Factor. This option applies a combined scale factor based on user-defined values entered in the combined scale factor properties of each setup. The combined scale factor can vary for each setup. To demonstrate this, we'll continue with the same survey traverse adjustment example we were using earlier. In this example, we have also 4 setups. If you click the All Setups here, inside the properties of each setup, you have the option to key in a combined scale factor. You can key in any number you want for each setup. The next step is to apply that. We go to Adjustments here, and we change the Combined Scale Factor option to Use Setup Combined Factor. This will reprocess the survey, and then we can look at the results through the adjustment and the tolerance report. In this report, we can see that each of the setups use a scale factor that we keyed in manually in each of the properties for each setup. The remaining settings are used by the traverse adjustments. These settings consist of general traverse adjustment settings and instrument tolerances. This concludes this video on survey settings adjustment defaults. The survey settings configuration discussions will continue in the next video, where we will cover the elements symbology section right here.